I'm rolling.
Yep. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Feeze with the fuss. How y'all doing? Yeah, go on, get y'all phone chargers. Go on, get you a little dinner. We finna have a good session for y'all tonight. Real good conversation.
You ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's go and get it cracking.
Top 5 most influential people in your life.
Top 5. My dad, my brother. Oh man, my best friend and my grandma. Dad. How many? That's 3, ain't it? Dad, brother, best friend, my oldest daughter. I think that might be 4.
That's 4. One more.
I said my big brother, my dad, my big brother, my best friend. I'm stuck at 4. I might be stuck
You
at 4.
said your daughter and your grandma.
That should be
That's
5
5.
then. Yeah, my oldest daughter and my grandma. Yeah, I see these hoodies. I ain't playing. These boys 150.
What it say on there?
Feeze with the fuss.
Okay.
And I'm Feeze. Obviously, you can see the resemblance.
New merch.
Yeah. Fresh off the press. Made this boy today. Probably gonna wear it today. Ain't never gonna wear it again.
Okay, we're gonna get into it. What street growing up had the most impact on you? Hickory Street or Edward Street?
God, that is a hard question. With a gun in my head, I'm gonna have to say Edward. God, Lee, I don't even know if I believe that.
Why Edward?
Man, I made all my best friends and all my memories from, well, not from day one, but I made 2 of my best friends and lived a life, a complete life off that street. That street made me who I am today. But honestly, Hickory was the foundation of it. Edward is what did it.
Okay.
What's the corner store? Harper's? Oh yeah. Harper's ain't no joke.
Are you still friends with any of those brothers and sisters that you made
Heck yeah.
friends with?
Yeah. Set of twins. Actually, one of them was he my best man for my wedding coming up next summer.
Wedding next summer.
Yeah.
Where your wedding gonna be at?
Destin, Florida.
Why you pick Florida?
We vacationed there once, but I need a place where I can go have a wedding. I don't want everybody can't get there. I know everybody can't get to Destin, Florida. If I would have had my wedding in Decatur, then everybody would be there. I don't want everybody there.
What's the reason behind not wanting everybody to be there?
Because everybody ain't for me. I know that now. Once I was coming through my stroke, I had time to sit back and think, and I realized everybody say they love me, don't love me like that. Everybody ain't for me. I mean, most people was, but everybody ain't with me through and through. Now that I can't really babysit or help somebody move, then I become indispensable, if that makes sense.
Okay. You mentioned your stroke. What do you hate the most about post-stroke? After the stroke, what do you hate the most about?
Honestly, everybody telling me their opinions. Nobody told me their opinions before my stroke. Bro, why would I care about what you think? I didn't care before. I don't care now. I hate that. Oh, man, you should do this. You should do that. Bro, do what you're doing. I'm doing what I'm doing.
When you say everybody tell you your opinion, just about what? Opinions about what?
What I should be doing in life, what I shouldn't be doing in life, how I talk, how I joke, how I play, anything.
So like random opinions.
Yes, stuff that they've never told me before I had a stroke. I ain't know nobody opinion before I had a stroke, honestly.
That's fair. What's the reason behind wanting to get married?
I kind of always wanted to get married. Uh, I just wanted to be with somebody who loved me through and through. You know, build a solid family and a foundation. You know, raise our kids together, live happily ever after. I'm honestly a romantic, so
So you saying your fiance love you through and through?
100%. Been together for 8 years coming in December. She said yes when I proposed to her on February 19th, a few days ago.
Did she hesitate?
Not a second. We both was, hey, look, we both was ugly crying. Bro, I have never felt those emotions. I wasn't even expecting it. We knew we was gonna get married probably 4 years ago. I never for a second thought that I feel like I honestly think that's the happiest moment of my life. I ain't never felt like that. Even when my daughter was born, I didn't feel like that.
Okay. You said your father being one of the most influential people in your life.
Yeah.
Why is that?
He gave me the knowledge and taught me how to hustle. Just keep going, you know, add and don't subtract every day.
So he gave that mentality to grit and to grind,
Yeah.
to want to hustle.
Yeah, to be persistent.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm starving right now. Oh my gosh, what am I going to eat?
So has your persistence, being very determined, how does that affect others?
Sometimes I rub people the wrong way. They like, bro, why you gotta do it like this? Because this is the only way I know how to do it. I know if I do things my way, it's gonna work out the way I need it to. And that rub people the wrong way. Actually, I fell out with was my favorite cousin on my dad's side because I guess I was being persistent. But I take accountability in the wrong that I did in the situation. But it is what it is. You told me you was gonna do something to call you at this time. I called you, you ain't answered. I continued to call every number where I knew you was gonna be. And he told me like, hey, that's a no-no. But in him telling me that, he didn't let me explain my part. He said his part just clicked on me. I'm like, we ain't finna do that, bro. That's disrespectful.
Okay. How many do you think that can be mended?
No, I'm straight. We had made up 2 days before we fell out. I don't do that. I don't go backwards. Once it's over, it's over. Ain't nobody above that. Not even me. I told him I love him and I wish him the best, but I'm cool on the relationship. This ain't what it is. We ain't finna keep doing this.
So as of today, switching gears a little bit, as of today, who is your favorite cousin?
Well, I call her Femo, but she don't want me to say her name, so I ain't gonna say it. Her name Femo. My favorite cousin on my mom's side.
Okay.
What's crazy is we got the same initials. That's funny. That's my girl though, man. I love her to death.
I don't know, folks might be able to figure that out.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm telling my story. And she can sue me. All they gonna do is have me pay her. I do that anyway.
Okay. How many siblings do you share both parents with?
One and only one.
So how is your relationship with that sibling?
Man, I love her to death, boy. We good. I just seen her yesterday. Yeah, I love her to death, man. Ooh, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do for that woman. I wish she'd do my podcast. She done told me no about 5-6 times. I don't get that. How you gonna tell me no?
So you said your brother is one of the most influential people in your life. What valuable lessons did you learn from him?
Never to be afraid of another person.
Absolutely.
And I ain't gonna lie, that confidence that got me through a lot of little situations.
Name one situation.
Uh, it was like I had moved to Indianapolis like my junior year in high school. My mom called me like, "Hey, you know your best friend put his hands on your sister." I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll be there in 2 hours." 2 hours later, I was parked in front of our house on Elwood Street. Walked around the corner by myself like, "Hey, we need to talk, dude." I mean, I only got one side of the story. We being best friends, and you know his relationship with my sister. So let's have this conversation.
Copy that. So it made you a more stand up guy to
Yeah,
just
yeah,
have a conversation, figure
yeah.
it out.
And honestly, he ain't like that. I'm like, bro, I came right here by myself for a reason. I don't need my big brother. My best friends live 2 blocks up the street. I came right here by myself.
Do you think growing up you was kind of left alone because of your big brother?
100%. I had a smooth selling, but I didn't take advantage of that or anything. I didn't. I wasn't like walk around trying to look for fights or situations. I just, hey, y'all ain't bother me. I ain't bother you. But it also kind of hindered me too, because people like, what, blah blah blah. What you gonna do? Go get your big brother? I'm like, for what? I got my friends. I don't need my big brother. Not only do I got them, I got myself. I ain't. I have never went to my big brother for an issue.
So your big brother told you when y'all was teenagers that y'all had separate fathers. What was your thoughts on that?
Honestly, man, I really couldn't believe it. But he ain't known to be a liar. I just didn't get it. Like, we 13 years later, you finally tell me and this dude don't got the same dad. That's ridiculous. When he came to, I mean, not he came to, when we went to live with my dad's mom, I don't understand the whole from like from when I was like 4 to 8, I believe. So it's like this whole time y'all never thought to say, "Oh, this is not your dad's son." I don't see how that makes any sense.
So does that help you be more quick to have honesty?
100%. That just don't make no sense to me. One thing we gotta do is take care of these kids.
All right, switching gears.
I keep touching this hoodie because I love it. I paid 150 for it myself. I'm so thirsty. About the next one, y'all probably gonna see him have a gold chain on, probably some waves.
So did the hustle and grit and determination your father gave you, how did that play out hustling in the streets?
Unfortunately, I tried my hand at it and I had success, but I was dumb enough to think that it could work, but I was happy enough that it didn't work. But I'm pretty sure just about every boy who grew up in the inner city and has tried to hustle one way or another. I can't get the Jordans, I can't get the jeans I want. Well, I'm gonna go hustle a little bit, shoot dice, hustle, whatever.
So you have visited a church or two recently. The next question is, do you believe in God?
100%. Like, more than I can express to people. Don't nobody really know that. I mean, I don't go around talking about it because my relationship with God is my relationship. It's not something that's not a conversation that rarely comes up when you talk to people your age or our age. But he the reason I'm here. He made me like this, I believe. And that's where people get to tell me their opinion. Bro, God didn't do this to you. How do you know?
That's fair.
Yeah, man. And I've been going to church since about day one. My grandma raised me in the church, and when I left her house to go stay with my mom at around 8, I eventually found another church to go to, and I went from there from what 8 to think I was off and on, but I will always go back to that church up until when I moved my senior year to Indianapolis when I was 18. So from 8 to 18, I was going to that church. Well, actually, a little younger than 8. But even when I wasn't forced to go to church, I chose to go to church. I got 2 church homes: the church I go to now, and the church I went to when I was like a teenager, Main Street and Shiloh. Honestly, those are the only 2 churches that ever gave me that home feel. So when I want to go get the word, that's where I go. Can't nowhere else do that for me.
So the friendships and relationships that you have, did they come easy? Was it natural?
Yeah, it came natural. I always was good at making friends. I just reconnected with my childhood best friend from daycare. I was somewhere between 6 and 8 where we became best friends. Like I said, when I went to Edward Street, I met a set of twins and we became best friends. I done had a best friend every stage of my life. When I went to college, I made some friends, and they're going to be lifelong friends as long as I'm concerned.
So at that daycare, do you remember learning how to swim? Them taking you to the swimming pool in the summertime.
What? Heck yeah. We got to get off the diving board. What we got to do to get off the diving board? Definitely going swimming and skating. I think we was getting we'd go. We'd get if I'm not mistaken, we'd get $2.50 for snack time. I'm getting a cookie ice cream sandwich and some nachos.
Do you ever think about or miss swimming?
Miss swimming. Now that I can, yes, honestly, I do.
Is it another thing you miss that you currently can't do?
Yeah, I would say playing 2K.
Okay, gaming.
Yeah. And I guess walking normal. But besides that, I can do everything. There's only about 4 things that I can't do now that I could do before my stroke. But I definitely got the better end of the deal. I found something that I'm passionate about. I may have found my true calling because of my stroke. Before my stroke, I never thought about being a podcaster or a content creator, whatever you want to call it. I wasn't doing this. I'd sit there and play 2K.
Did the relationship with your fiance weaken or strengthen after the stroke?
Um, Honestly, I don't think I can say because we was locked in before the stroke. She stayed with me through it, but I can't say it got stronger because of my stroke. That's not what our relationship is based off of. We was completely locked in before.
It was already strong.
Yeah. Weirdly, I told her, I'm like, I don't know if this is something correct to say, but I don't really give you credit for sticking with me through my stroke. And she was like, I don't want you to. So we kind of feel the same way. I know I can't wait to be married. I'm taking all advice from anybody my age who's been married.
The good and the bad.
Yeah. I could be a little naive, but I don't really. When people say it's bad, I don't see where it could be the bad. We know how to talk to each other, and I'm fully satisfied with her every way, shape, form, or fashion. We know how to talk it out when we mad at each other. We obviously we know how to talk it out when we not mad at each other. It's crazy. I thought I was in love until I realized I love her. I ain't never been in love. I have never loved a girl like this before, and I felt strong about a few girls, but nothing like this. Not even close. But if you would have asked me then, I would have told you, oh yeah, it's all in. But boy, oh boy, was I wrong. I wouldn't dare betray this woman, no way, shape, form, or fashion.
So at the this current moment, would you say you would be the type of uh, husband that you would want your daughters to marry,
one Hundred
or is it?
percent. When I proposed to my fiance, I made sure our oldest daughter was there, and I told her, hey, if your guy in the future ain't doing this, it ain't it. You know, being raised without my dad in my life showed me what kind of dad to be.
You say being raised without the daddy in your life, or just being raised without him being in your life daily?
I guess without being in my life daily, there was one point I didn't even know what men did in the house. I remember asking my best friends, like, bro, what do your dad do? They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I ain't never lived with a man in the house, so I don't know what men in the house do on the daily.
So when you became a father, it was more like learning on the go.
I mean, I was technically, yeah, I would say so, but I knew everything what not to do and what I didn't like, so I just didn't do that. I had a blueprint. If you show me everything wrong to do, then I can do everything right. Well, right in my mind.
Makes sense.
That's probably been a great experience in my life being a parent. Man, I knew I wanted to be there from an early age too. But I always said, I'm not just finna have a baby with anybody. I gotta make sure I'm financially stable myself, and I gotta do my background on the woman. So, cause I know my genetics a little, whew. We both know one thing I couldn't do is do right in school. So I'm like, I gotta find somebody who at least know how to act.
I think it's a must. It's a must that people are vetted.
I definitely get that. I need to see what your mom like. I need to see what your sisters like, your cousin, your uncle. Do you got any drunks in the? You got any drunks? You got any like bad health or anything like? I need to know everything before we gonna do this.
That's wisdom. It's wisdom.
Man, before I had my daughter, I ain't never. You know how people be having the pregnancy scare and stuff. I ain't never. Well, I had one, but I knew. I'm like, ain't no way they can be my child. Man, I might not take this hoodie off for a week. I'm gonna be trifling.
So your other brother, who's no longer with us in the flesh anymore, what did you gain from him the most? What did you learn from him the most?
Be respectful and be an honorable man. That was my boy, man. Now that definitely was my favorite sibling of all. It wasn't even remotely close. We was just so locked in. Man,
Okay.
oh man, if he could see me today, oh my gosh. I know he'd be proud of me.
Another one more question about the stroke. When it was time to leave the hospital, what was your thoughts after being there for, how long was you in there?
I think like 4 months, I believe.
So when it was time to be able to be let go, to be able to leave the hospital, what were your thoughts?
Man, I was so happy to be up out of there. I was going crazy in there, bro. I hated it. I felt like the same people built the hospital got to be the same people built jails. I mean, they was cool people, but that just wasn't for me. I ain't never been like okay with being in this place where you have to act a certain way.
Okay. Anything else you want to add to it?
As far as the stroke or leaving the hospital?
Yeah, like coming home from it.
Man, my woman had me on point. She like, hey, now we just got to find your new normal. What I didn't expect was to be, I ended up going through depression. I ain't even know.
How long you think you was going through depression before you realized it was depression?
I never really realized it was depression, but I probably like 6 weeks. I'm probably like 6 weeks.
After coming home?
Yep.
Why do you call it depression? Why did you call that time you being in depression?
I mean, I was sad a lot. Well, I don't really know what depression is completely. I never looked it up. I was really only trying to sleep. I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't active. I was just trying to always sleep because I wasn't comfortable with my own skin.
That's valid.
Because I only always want to be regular. Now I can't move my leg and my hand like this. I'm like, I don't want to be like this.
That's valid.
But going with that, that's how I became a podcaster, because I watch everything on Netflix, everything on Tubi. I work my way through YouTube. And as I said in the first video, I had ran across this podcast of some battle rappers I knew. And I like what they was doing. I'm like, I think I could do that.
So you was when you figured out, like, man, I'm in a state of depression. How soon was it when you was like, hey, I got to snap out of this? How long did it take you? To acknowledge it, like, this is what it is, and then say, all right, I got to shake out of this.
And that's a good question, man. Honestly, I'm gonna have to say it wasn't until I moved back to Decatur. I don't know, man. If I had to guess, I'd say about a year. I just recently got back to my normal self. I didn't think about doing podcasts until like about 2 months ago. I think I started promoting it. So, I mean, I had the idea and I started rolling, but I'd say probably about a year, because I didn't, like I said, I just got back to my normal self.
So you feel like you was able to beat depression? It took a while, but you was able to beat it.
Yeah, but like I say, I didn't really know what depression was, but I definitely feel like I beat it over on my own. Well, with the help of my woman.
So if that thing was trying to creep back up, you'd be able to spot out, like, no.
Yeah, wouldn't stand a chance. I don't believe I can ever go back to that, because I found something that I'm extremely passionate about. I'm not giving up on this. But the mind is a tricky thing, though. So, no, I don't think I'd ever be depressed again, because honestly, I went through the worst of it.
So as far as enjoying the podcasting, is it going in a direction that you visioned it?
100%. Because that's nothing to frustrate about people. Like, bro, I honestly always get everything I want the way I want to get it. I get the thrill of hustling without hustling illegally. Started my YouTube channel. I seen when I had 7 subscribers. Seen when I got 30. Seen when I got 100. Now I'm working my way to I guess 100,000, then to 1 million. And I don't expect for it to happen this year, but it's gonna happen. All I gotta do is keep creating content, keep advertising, keep promoting.
So is the Feeze with the first is the Feeze with the Fuss merch out yet?
Nah,
Not yet.
no sir. It will be though. Something like this, whatever color hoodie you want, and this logo gonna cost $150. It could be 80, but it's more likely gonna be $150.
Merch coming soon.
Yep. But for the people who gonna do my podcast, it's gonna be members only. You might get this, and you might get your name on the back, whatever color you want. You can change the logo color, but it's gonna be yours and only yours. So that's one of the perks of doing my podcast. I don't care. Person, man, I'll give you 100,000 for one of those. You can't get one of these members only. Only way you get this is by doing an episode.
So you have any dates that you have any dates for the people coming on the podcast and being guests?
Yep.
You got them set in stone or not yet?
Not set in stone. I had one for February 16th, but for whatever reason he backed out. But special guest probably should be rolling around in the summer.
May, June.
Probably May. I think I got a date. I have to look. I think I got a date for somewhere in March. So March, the summer. Definitely coming soon though. I got special guests for season 1 and season 2.
March right around the corner.
Hey, that's where the persistence kick in. Hey, I'm ready any day.
Okay.
Yep, so we'll see y'all soon, man. Hey, this content gonna be up real quick too. Do me a favor, check the time for me. No, on the recording. Please, I hope we somewhere near an hour. What is it? 40 something?
32.
Oh my gosh, bro. I can't keep doing that. The more times I give them short, I gotta give more, which I want to give more, but yeah, go ahead.